Hey there, what is going on guys? Kirby here, and today I want to share with you 10 amazing Minecraft modern house builds. All the links to these builds will be in the description. I will also be crediting all the builders in the video while showing and talking about their builds. This video won't fully do these builds justice, so make sure to go check them out yourself because they're all really amazing builds. So here are 10 of my favorite modern house builds. So let's get started. To start off, I have a house project named Orbit. This is a modern house built on a mountain, and the build comes with an interior design that I really like. My favorite part of the build may actually be a simple addition, and that's how they built the bed inside of the bedroom. I just really like the way the bed looks. I just thought it was a nice looking bed. However, the indoor swimming pool was also a cool addition to the build as well. The entire swimming pool room, the entire swimming pool area just looks pretty great, especially in the resource pack. In addition, the exterior of the build looks very nice, and all of the other rooms look great too. And there is a link to the resource pack for the build on the download page if you're interested in that, just to see the build in all of its glory. I really recommend, using the resource pack. Next up, I have a house created by Menix. This is a very detailed modern house build that I think is just an overall nice build. I think that the builder did a great job at just making a complete build, and the exterior of the house just looks great. Even the exterior decoration, like the road and walkway around the house, it just looks good. The interior of the house looks great too. All of the rooms are perfectly designed and detailed in my opinion. They aren't, over designed, but yet they still have a great amount of detail involved in them. My favorite part of the build is actually probably the backyard swimming patio area. I think that it just gives a great look at the house, and the patio just looks awesome. But like I said, I think that the entire build is great. This project here is called Zentoro, and it's a Minecraft conceptual modern house made by Minecraft Expert. This project took the builder about 2 weeks to design all of the exterior and a day to design the interior, and the build is a 2-floor build with 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 2 dining rooms, and 3 living rooms. The build as a whole has like a very black and white and gray color scheme to it. I think that it kind of makes the white and the gray in the build stand out, and it just ends up looking unique and cool and very modern. While the build has a lot of white and black and gray involved, I think the builder did a great job at still detailing it and still making it feel have a homey feel to it. Make it feel like you're at home inside of the build, if that makes any sense. Like I said, the colors in the pack definitely make it feel modern. That's just a fact. This build here is actually based off of Franklin's pad in GTA 5. This is an absolutely incredible build. As somebody who very much enjoyed playing GTA 5, I can say that this build definitely does, look like Franklin's place. The build came from the same builder that actually recreated Notch's house block for block into Minecraft, so he's a talented guy. Aside from being, a perfect recreation of a house from the game, the build just looks pretty amazing for a modern house. The build sitting on the mountainside just looks really cool, the pool being right up against the edge of the mountain, and the detail involved in both the interior and the exterior of the house, it just makes it a very unique build. And of course, a very modern build. The whole build is just well done, and it's just very cool to see a replica of GTA 5 built in Minecraft and it being so well done too. The next build is called Serenity, and you may have seen this build before. This build is definitely very popular. I mean, all of the builds in this video are pretty popular given how great they are, but this one I've seen many times. And there's a good reason for it being so popular. This is a small 16 by 16 house, and it uses gray and white colors and even mixes in them with a wood design. So it's a very detailed house for being such a small build. I mean, 16 by 16 isn't very big. The use of outdoor decoration really gives the build a cool look. I mean, it just adds in a lot of detail to it. And the interior is filled with a number of great rooms for the size of the build. I think that the house as a whole is just great. It's just a really cool looking modern house. The next build is a modern hillside villa. This house actually has quite a bit to offer. It has 2 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, a living room and other sitting areas, a kitchen, a dining room, an entertainment room, a bar and pool table, an indoor pool, and a 2-car garage with functional doors. There isn't actually a specific room of this house that is my favorite, though I do really like the exterior of the build. I think that having a functional 2-door garage is an awesome addition to the build, but adding in the driveways too was an awesome small detail that really pulls the build together, the exterior of the house together. Just a small detail that I picked up on that is really cool. The look of the exterior of the house just really, it just feels really cool to me. I can really appreciate how well done the build was. I think that it was really well thought out and very well executed. This build here is called Palm Heights. This build was built by Dan Bovey. He's the person who built Franklin's Pad from GTA 5, the build we saw earlier. He also famously built Notch's LA Mansion, like I mentioned earlier too. This build here is a part of his Let's Build Blockside City series on YouTube. I think I said that right. This modern house is on its own island and it features an interesting looking design. As he said, it features some generic and basic structures, but he was able to put them together to make an interesting looking build, which is really, really cool. And honestly, I just think it turned out great, regardless of how he says he built it. In addition to the build, he also has added in some custom looking palm trees, which really add a great outdoor detail to the build and make it look fantastic. Next up, we have a build named Bright, or at least I'm pretty sure that's the name. This build is incredibly designed. There is a lot of detail all around this build. The main focus though, I don't think should be directly on the house. It should also be on all of the details the builder did on the outside of the house. So on the outside of the house, there is a long pathway or road leading up to the house with trees and custom trees to the side of it. In addition, the outside of the house also features a wooden patio or walkway around the house. And it has an amazing looking swimming pool in the back. There's also a river on the back side of the house with some water, with a waterfall, a small little waterfall, and some custom trees. And the inside features some great modern styled minimalistic rooms that I think just look great. They just fit in with the modern theme and they just fit in with this house style. The whole build just comes together and looks great. This is Project Falling Water. There's so much that can be said about this house. First off, it of course gets the name Falling Water from the waterfall that kind of sits under a portion of the house. The small waterfall gives the house a really cool feel, and the landscaping in general, as the builders mentioned, give the house and area a natural and ambient feel, and that's really what makes this build so amazing. For a modern house surrounded by trees, and it just actually really fits the area. The terrain and landscaping that these guys did really actually makes the build stand out more, if that makes any sense. To me, a builder that can, you know, design landscape and make a build stand out due to the landscape, that really is very impressive to me. It's something that I struggle with, and I think that it's always really cool to see somebody be able to do that. And of course, the house is actually very unique. There's a lot that could be said about that too, so you should probably really check this one out. The project was originally realized on the world of Corrales, and the builders decided to give us a first-hand look at it, and they just did an amazing job with it. To finish off this video, we have a hilltop modern house. Modern houses to me are perfect for, you know, hillside and hilltop builds. They're just perfect for that type of area. So, you know, thinking about modern builds in like the Hollywood Hills and throughout LA and, you know, a la Notch's mansion, I just think that modern houses fit perfectly in that type of area. Anyways, this is a cool looking house that features a nice staircase on the outside leading up to the house, which is made of wood and cobblestone. So it's a very simple and natural looking design. The build features a number of various different rooms with unique hallways and turns throughout the house. And there is a small pool, patios, and decks that look over the great outdoor scenery that the build is actually placed in. The build is very nicely tied into the area that it's built in, and overall it just looks awesome with a natural feel, and just the build just looks great. So that's gonna do it for me, guys. This video wasn't necessarily in order from like worst to best, as they're all just amazing builds in their own right, so keep that in mind. In fact, just picking 10 for a video was almost impossible, so if you'd like to see more, then just let me know and I can do that for you. Remember to go check out the download pages and show the builders of these builds your support. I wish I could be I just wish I could build anywhere close to the way these guys build. These are just some talented builders for sure. Alrighty guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm out of here. See ya.